Hey everybody, I just want to come back and talk about just a little update on my video, my shaving video I did this morning. I never really talked about a lot of the products that I used. So I'll just talk about the products that I use and go on a little rant like I do. It's Parasso. It's eucalyptus and menthol. I like it, like I said, I've got a few shaving creams. I like using this one in the summer. On hot summer days or muggy days. Because it's that eucalyptus menthol is very cooling. I said in the video, this will last you a year. That's a mistake. Last you about 5-6 months if you shave every other day type deal. Which is pretty good for $10. I don't think it was 10, I think it was $8. So yeah, that was that. Of course, this stuff here, I've had it on since this morning. I'm gonna put some more on. I love it. It's a nice warm night. Mint. Just that menthol eucalyptus mint. Oh, I wish you could smell through there. I really do. If you haven't tried it, try it. It's only a couple dollars a bottle. Try it, guys. And again, it gives you that cool feeling. It's the razor I used. It's a little travel razor, tiny little thing. I have, geez, 4 or 5 more ones with the regular handles. But I like this little handle. I mean, a lot of people don't. But I do. Gives me a nice, gives me really good control. Not a lot of weight. You do have to bear down a little bit when you're using. Not much, because like I said, that like, you can see them blades. But man, you don't want to bear down too much and then just rip your face up. Never go side to side. I don't know why I ever would with anything, but yeah, no. Again, I don't know a whole lot about it. I looked up the number. Anywhere between 1943, I think it was, and 1951. It was produced by Gillette. I'm going to assume it was probably, this was an older one in the 40s. Because it came from an army surplus store. And the fella that owns it around here generally only buys from estate sales and things like that. Old vets stuff. It was pretty dirty when I got it. It came in a little case. I wish I'd have kept the case, but it was falling apart and was just flaking and stuff. I just had to throw it out. I'm sorry. But yeah, good little razor. Nice thing about it too is what I do a lot. I don't like the head on a lot of double edges. I find them too thick. So what I'll do is I'll just take this head, it's very thin, and put a longer handle on it if I want a longer handle. Most of the 95% of the handles are interchangeable. It's just a standard thread. I get nothing fancy a bowl. I got this bowl for a couple dollars at Walmart. I don't know what it's really for. I use it for shaving. Pardon me, frog in my throat. There's a little cheap brush I picked up. Walmart, I think it was $10. I don't find you really, I mean, again, you've got the guys that are right into the wet shaving and stuff, and they got $150, $200 brushes and bowls that are $50, $60, and razors that are, half a grand. If you can afford it, that's cool, whatever. But all this stuff here, I get perfect shaves out of it. You know, it's a nice boar hair brush, $10 or $15. Real big brush, real soft. The tips, and then you can get really firm if you want. I just got to push on that. I mean, It's a nice brush. They do stink when you first get them. Now it just smells like shaving cream, but I'd recommend either mixing up half a dozen to a dozen lathers with it, not using it, just mixing up the lathers, you know, and then letting it sit for 10 or 15 minutes, rinsing it out, do it again, or wash it a couple times with a nice animal shampoo, because it's real fur. This is real animal fur. Badger. So, yeah, and then wash it once or twice with a dog shampoo or whatever. You know, get rid of the smell. No, it just smells beautiful like shaving cream. I kind of was a little sour on when I talked about this stuff. And most guys use a tube of goop. That's not fair. I used that stuff for years and it's fine. You know, if that's what you like, this is better. But if you can't find shaving cream, because a lot of places aren't carrying this stuff. I think my little city would be borderline the size of a city that would carry this stuff, because there's just not that many people who. You're not gonna. A retail business isn't gonna give up valuable real estate on the shelf to something that not a lot of people are gonna buy, unless that company pays for that spot. It's just how retail works. It's the way it is. But anyway, I was talking about the bottle of goop. No, guys, if you like shaving with the multi-cart razors, the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I don't know how high they go to. I haven't shaved with them in literally, it's got to be 5 years, 6 years. If that's what you like doing and using the spray foam or gel, and that's fine. I mean, it's a shaving. You get a lot of double-edged elitists. I like to call anybody who trashes something anybody else does because they feel their way is better elitist, because it's not. If it works for you, fine. I would say go out and get yourself a cheap brush, and doesn't have to be Parasso, but some shaving from Old Spice, Palmolive, whatever. Body Shop's got a nice macaroot soap. You can get Williams mug soap anywhere. It's literally $1.97 here. So I don't know what it would be where you're from, but no more than $2. And I would say get a brush and get that, even if you're still going to use, if this intimidates you, and it is a learning curve. You know, it's not just, you're not just going to pick this up and like I did in the video. I'm doing this for 5 or 6 years, and my first few shaves were, my first one. I didn't cut myself. Didn't even really irritate my skin, but I took I don't remember, it had to be a half hour, if not longer, shave, because you're so, just, and once you do it half a dozen times, you get your, there's your angle of attack. Some people, it's going to be 35 degrees, 40 degrees, 30, whatever works for you. I'm more probably of a 20-degree angle guy, just works for me. But there's no set rule, despite what some people might tell you. There's no set rule to this stuff. You do what works for you. And I use the the canned stuff and the multi-cut razors, and a lot of things. A lot of guys are like, oh, this is way better. The shaves are way better. Blah blah blah. You can't believe it. I didn't find that big of a difference. Quite honestly, I found the multi-cart shave with the goop was just fine. Gave me a good shave. I shaved like that for 15 years. Yeah, and it was fine. As a matter of fact, the only reason I went to this kind of shaving is, I said it before, I was at a point in my life where doing odd jobs, unemployed, but doing odd jobs. Not like I am now. I'm lucky. Get into that maybe sometime, but I'm lucky. Good job now. But at the time, I was actually I was broke, and I couldn't afford. Oh, Jesus, it was $25 plus tax for 4 cartridges. No, son. No, man. I couldn't afford that shit. I literally get $100 of these blades for $11. And that's Canadian. I mean, you know, and these last longer than the cartridges. I have literally gotten out of one blade 20 shaves. That's not exaggerating. About 15 good shaves, but I was just doing an experiment in my head. I wanted to see how long I could push it, and I pushed it too much. I should have stopped around 12 or 13, but around 15 decent shaves and 10 really good shaves, and after 10, most of these blades. But even then, 10 is, with the multi-carts, I only got 2 or 3 good shaves, and being so expensive and so poor like I was using one cart for 20, 30 shaves. I had to, and it was just pulling, and yeah. So I did a little research on the internet one day, trying to find not a better way to shave, because I wouldn't say it's better. I know a lot of people do, but man, I don't find any difference. Just a cheaper alternative, and this came up. Not this razor, but I mean this type of shaving, and I couldn't afford the another $30-$40 for a new razor. That was Edwin Jagger, I think it was, or Parker. $30-some plus shipping, which isn't much now, but when you're broke, that's a chunk of change, son. And you got no credit card because it's all maxed out. So how the hell are you going to get it? So I eventually went down to my Army surplus store and doing a little more research on the internet, and found that they usually, and they did. They had a couple of these. I bought them, and yeah, it was I got this for $6 or $7 at the surplus store, and I was able to buy a prepaid Visa and got shipped a bunch of blades at the time for like $10. And I haven't looked back. Even now, though, even now when I can afford, if I wanted to go out and buy all the Gillette blades and vibrating 4-bladed, single-bladed fucking stuff. No, does just as good, lasts longer, and is a hell of a lot cheaper. Hell of a lot cheaper. The nice thing I like about this too is, fortunately, I had to shave this week at the start of the week, last week for work. But I usually have a trimmed beard. So I kind of did it here, but I don't really like the small one, so I'm going to see when I'm going back to the bigger beard. I shaved my neck earlier. I usually have a relatively, this is perfect for that. It's a single blade, and you can just follow the lines with a single blade, and it gives you crisp lines. Look at that. These crisp lines. It gives you these crisp, sharp lines. Not as good as a straight razor, but I've said it before in my videos. I can't shave with a straight razor. I've done it a few times. I have one. It's not my thing. I prefer the double edge. But you shave however you like to shave. And what I didn't do in the video, because it was just a quick little video, actually wasn't planned. I was just in the bathroom. It's like, hey, I should do a little shave video talk. But I have Parasso pre-shave cream. I generally only use when I have to shave once or twice, 3 times every other day type deal, because I have sensitive skin. So, and that stuff's eucalyptus too. So when you combine that with this And this, whew, son, he was cold. I mean, he'd be, ooh, shit. Just, yeah. Anyway, that was all I wanted to talk about. Shave how you want to shave, guys. Girls, too. Girls, this is good for you, too. I shave my head with it because I'm bald. But I shave my head with it. Yeah, it's good for... Check your local Army surplus store. You can probably pick one of these up for $5, $10. Give it a try. All right, guys. Peace. Love. Be good to each other.